Algona won here on their home floor last year, lost in Humboldt a season ago. They were 2-0 against the Wildcats in the 2017-2018 season, looking to match that here in the 2019-2020 season. And they're doing that. They would do that here with a win tonight against the Humboldt Wildcats. Well, it is pink out night. The Bulldogs are wearing their normal home whites, but the Bulldogs in black on the chest, outlined in pink. Same with the numbers on the front of the back side. And they have kind of a pink around the neck hole there around, and also some pink stripes down the sides of their jerseys. Humboldt here is wearing their road blues. But let's take a look here at the starting lineups for both sides. First for this Humboldt team, as announced by their first-year head coach, Jason Thurm, they look like this. 6-foot junior Gabe Goodell, averaging over 10 points a game. Jamison Hines, a 6-foot senior and very athletic, averaging 11-plus points per game. 5'10" sophomore Caden Matson, averaging 6.5 points a game. Jacob Thurm, the coach's son, 6'2" senior, averages 12.5, but he had 28 points and made 8 3-pointers earlier this week in the win for Humboldt against Iowa Falls Alden. And rounding out the lineup is a 6'2" junior Sam Fisher, averaging 13 and 9. A very efficient Humboldt starting five. Again, it's Goodell, Hines, Matson, Thurm, and Fisher. They don't have a lot of help off the bench, but they're one of the better starting fives, at least offensively, in the conference.
Yeah, you look at those averages you mentioned. You know, you've got 4 of your starters averaging from 11 to 13 points. That's pretty impressive. Great balance on that team. They have lots of ways to score.
Meanwhile, the starting five for the Algona Bulldogs, announced by 15th-year head coach Noah McLaughlin. Algona looks like this. 6'3" senior Wyatt Wagner, averaging over 16 a game this year. 6'3" senior Colin Blythe, he's averaging 14.5. 5'8" junior Noah Nelson, averaging 9 a game. 6'4" senior Jason Cecil, averaging 9 a game, and a 6'4" junior James Wartick, averaging 4 a game. Again, the five for Algona: Wagner, Blythe, Nelson, Cecil, and Wartick. We talked to Noah McLaughlin before this one, and he told us, well, we focus not so much on our offense, we focus on our defense because we know we can get some stops. It's going to lead to an efficient offensive attack. That's been the strategy so far for Algona, and they hope it works tonight against a very athletic and offensive-minded Humboldt team. Again, Algona: Wagner, Blythe, Nelson, Cecil, and Wartick, the starting five tonight. It's been their normal starting five this season for the Algona Bulldogs. Much like Humboldt, the Bulldogs not a ton of scoring help off the bench. They will play their starters a lot, and they will rely on their starters a lot to score most of their points. In fact, the foursome of Wagner, Blythe, Nelson, and Cecil, they combined for 58 of Algona's 61 points on Tuesday in that 20-point win in Webster City.
Well, yeah, the couple of Algona starters just below 10 points per game, too, in Nelson and Cecil. Both of them very capable of scoring double figures. So you got a similar lineup to Humboldt's in that the Bulldogs have several places they can look for scoring.
Certainly do. It'll be Fisher to jump for Humboldt. Meanwhile, for Algona, Jason Cecil just about ready for basketball here on Hometown Radio. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Thank you so much for listening on Hometown Radio. Mark Randy and Greg Stewart with you. Thanks to Mike Vandy back in our Hometown Radio studios. Time now for basketball. Fisher and Cecil jump. Tap one by Fisher. And the Wildcats have the ball to begin. Humboldt left to right across your radio dial. Right wing is Thurm. Now pass up top, swung to Hines, left wing. Back to Thurm. 8 made threes on Tuesday. Drives in, spin to the paint. Floater is missed off to the left side. Rebound, though, off the fingers of a couple of Bulldogs. That was Wartick and Cecil, who could not quite grab it. Out of bounds off them. Humboldt retains possession. Thurm inbounds, bounce pass to the right block. Now back to the top part of the key for Hines. Over to the right wing, Goodell. Now up top, Matson. Crossover left to right into the paint. Passes back up top. Open three for Hines. Off back iron. Long offensive rebound, though, for Fisher. Now back up top to Goodell. Right wing, Thurm. Thurm down low, right block. Deflected away. Tracked down, though, by Fisher. Short corner, right side. Fisher backing down to Wartick. Right block, fading into the lane. Off back iron, no. Wartick the rebound and a foul on Fisher.
Well, that's impressive. The Bulldogs survived that first possession. 3 shots taken by Humboldt. None of them went down, and they got a foul.
Foul on Fisher. He's 6'2" junior. They're post down low, at least of the starting 5. Right wing Nelson for Algona, their first offensive possession. Now Blyke off maybe one of his better offensive games this season, has it right wing. Passes right corner for Wartic, back to Blyke. Blyke had 20 points at 9 of 15 shooting on Tuesday. Now Nelson, right wing, probing. Bounce pass, left elbow, Wegner spins into the paint, double team, loses the ball, picks it back up, now stolen away. Matson, left side Humboldt, layup in transition, up and in. 2-0 Humboldt, a minute 20 in. So the Bulldogs' second possession after a turnover. Right wing Cecil. He was 8 of 8 shooting on Tuesday night. Back to Blyke, a deep right wing 3. It's perfect. Bulldogs lead by a point. Minute and a half into this ball game.
Yeah, it'll be big if Blake can get it rolling. Good shooter there. Left him alone on the perimeter.
6:15 to go in the first quarter. Hines off a screen, drive left into the paint, pump fake, spinning hook shot, misses. Cecil high for the board for Algona, and he pushes the tempo. Blyke, left wing, pump fakes a 3 in transition. Now slows things up and a bounce pass up top to Nelson to get into the offense. Nelson, left elbow for Wartic, back to Nelson, right wing. Right block, Wegner, double team comes, splits it, and he moves the ball, a block by Fisher. Up the floor, pass goes to Hines, tracked down, has it, left wing 3, off back iron, and Blyke the board for Algona. Going right to left here across your radio dial. Right wing, Nelson. Bulldogs lead by 1, 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Blyke, right wing. Wartic sets a screen. Blyke drives, floater from the free throw line. 2 strong rebound, tapped around. Hines has it for Humboldt. He pushes the tempo. Athletic. Hines drives in the paint into Wartic. Layup short and rebound to Blyke.
Mistake by Hines there, just trying to get the foul.
Didn't get the call. Now right wing 3 for Wegner. High off back iron, and Fisher snatches the board for the Wildcats. Humboldt the other way, trailing by a point, 3 minutes in. Only 3-2 here in this first quarter so far. Fisher, right block, guarded by Wartic, spins baseline, floating hook shot, misses, and the board to Cecil. Slow offensive start for both teams. Blyke up top, leading by 1, 4:45 to go. Into the right block, Wartic, nice move, missed the layup, offensive board knocked away. Diving save by Fisher off his fingertips out of bounds. It'll stay with Algona.
Right now, Humboldt starting out here has just made 1 out of their first 8 shots from the field. The Bulldogs made just 1 out of 5.
Slow start indeed on the offensive end. Algona inbounds under their own hoop. Wegner throws it up top to Blyke. Catch and shoot 3 up top for Blyke. In and out. Offensive board. No, it's ripped away by Humboldt and Goodell. Nice athletic move by Goodell. Now the outlet pass knocked away by Wegner. Out of bounds off him. It'll stay with Humboldt.
No, it's not. It's one to Algona.
Well, they pointed as if he touched it, but it was not touched by Wegner. Okay, so a turnover. Bulldogs get the ball right back. Wegner forced the turnover. Double screen, right side for Cecil, hands off Wegner. Left block, drives in, kicks, left corner 3 for Nelson. Rims out, and rebound taken by Thurm for Humboldt. Thurm the other way, left side, Fisher in movement, left side, spins, a fading hook shot. Short, good defense by Wartic. He has the board as well. Cecil on the right wing. Bulldogs to lead by just 1. It's 3-2 halfway through the first quarter. We played 4 minutes. Cecil back on the right wing. Wartic sets a screen. He ignores it. Drives right side of the foul called on the drive. I believe they'll get Matson. Yes, they will. His first, a push in the back. His first, the team's second. None on Algona. And now first sub either way. Algona brings in Nick Brown off the bench. They give a rest to Wyatt Wegner. A scoreless first 4 minutes and 7 seconds for the Algona senior. Cecil inbounds, Wartic right block. Now up top for Nelson, pump fakes a 3. Back to Blyke, deep left wing. Brown a screen, now back to the right side for Nelson. Nelson inside to Wartic, off a tip, catches the pass, layup good, and the foul. Well, it was a tipped pass, Wartic stuck with it. Nice job just to catch the ball, but then turned and fired and hit it off the front iron, and he got a foul down low on Thurm, his first.
Well, exactly that Nice job by Wartic at taking it up strong. It was kind of ended up a lollipop shot after it was partially blocked, but took it up strong and got the bounce.
And his free throw rims out, so it stays a 3-point Bulldog lead, 5-2, 3:35 to go in the first quarter. Goodell up top to Hines, pump fakes a three. By the way, in the game for Algona is Helmers. Driving in the right side, Goodell. Shot misses, but a foul. And 2 free throws coming up. That a whistle against Cecil of Algona, his first. Algona's first as a team.
His first.
Blake has checked out. It's Helmers in for him. 5-2 Algona, but 2 free throws here for Goodell. He hits the first, and that takes the top off the bucket. Humboldt scored first with Matson. Next free throw in as well, so 5-4. Algona leads by 1, 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Left side, Helmers off a screen from Brown. Passes right wing to Nelson. And we have a whistle and an offensive foul away from the ball down low. It's on Wartic for clearing out some space on the right block.
On James Wartic. His first, and
Algona's second. Now a couple of subs. Cecil out, Wartic out. Wegner and Blake are back on the floor for Algona. 1-point Bulldog lead. Hines passes right wing to Matson. Skip pass left side, Goodell. Goodell looks, drives, middle, hands it back up to Hines. Guarded by Helmers. Nice defense. At right wing, 3 now for Goodell, and it's in. Goodell, 5 quick points, 2 from the line in that 3-pointer. It's a 7-5 Humboldt lead. Nelson hiding behind the screen, passes right wing to Blake. Blake ignores a screen, drives in right side, baseline under the basket, throws it up top, saved by Nelson. Now free throw line jumper, and it's in. Or that was Brown to Nelson. Nelson made the jumper. We're tied at 7. Humboldt back the other way. Goodell off his made 3. Passes to Hines. Now inside. Nice catch down low by Kudas. And he gets past Wegner. Finishes off the glass. So a 9-7 lead for Humboldt.
Little gamble by Wegner that time at the steal and gave up the easy layup.
2:15 to go in the first quarter. Wegner, right block, spins, baseline, shoots it off the glass, rims out, and Kudas back for the rebound for Humboldt. Now it's Thurm on the right wing. Crossover into the paint, loses the ball, stolen away by Nelson and Helmers. Helmers, left wing, blows up and passes back up top for Wegner. Back to Helmers, left corner. Open for a second, but now we'll reset up top. Takes a screen from Wegner, now passes right wing for Blake. 9-7 Humboldt. Blake off a screen. Right elbow jumper. Money. We're tied at 9. And now a timeout called by Humboldt's head coach Jason Thurm. 1:38 to go in the first. We're tied at 9. A little bit of slow start offensively, but both teams have been getting their footing on the offensive side. We're seeing some better looks here on the offensive end. Bulldogs 5 points from Blake, 2 from Wartic, 2 from Nelson. And while Humboldt 5 from Goodell, 2 from Matson, and 2 for Ben Kunas.
Now the two teams combined the first 4 minutes made just 2 field goals out of the first 16 attempts. But since then, have picked up the action a little bit. Humboldt now 3 out of 11, and the Bulldogs 4 out of 10. So get some shots to fall now. Feeling a little bit more comfortable. Sometimes the key to doing that was like Goodell getting to the basket and getting himself to the line. Sometimes you just need to make a free throw to get the shots to start falling.
9-9 the score. Humboldt has possession of the ball. 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Goodell right wing passes to the free throw line for Fisher. He takes a jumper over Blake. It misses, but an offensive board and put back up and in by Kunas.
Big offensive rebound there.
So he's got 4 off the bench, and it's an 11-9 lead for Humboldt. Up top, Blake. Blake looking middle, passes that way for Nelson. Gets it right back on a give and go on our deep right wing. And back to Nelson. Nelson passes left side to Blake. Looking middle, and now dribbles back to the top and hands it off to Wegner. Wegner against a 2-3 zone look here for Humboldt. Passes left corner for Brown. Back up top, Wegner. Straight on 3-pointer, line drive, rims around and out. Rebound taken by Fisher for Humboldt. Now left side is Thurm. Thurm up top for Hines. Into Kunast, left block, guarded by Wegner, spins baseline, goes that way, left-handed push shot, no good. Offensive board, putback misses. Blake has the board for Algona. 30 seconds to go in the first. Algona will likely hold here for a final shot, or at least close to it.
That was quite a battle underneath there by Kunast. Again, got his own rebound, but happened to miss both shots.
20 seconds to go in the first. Bulldogs down by 2. Deep right wing, Wegner near half court, 15 to go. Now at 10, left wing, Nelson at 7 to Blake. Pump fake to deep 3, now takes a step in three-pointer, short, long rebound. Wegner at 1, floater to beat the buzzer. Too strong off the glass, and that ends the first quarter. 11-9, Humboldt leads after 1. Second quarter is next here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Algona 9. Once again, you still have time to get your cake raffle tickets and to bid on the team pictures to help support the Cancer Pink Out Night.
Second quarter underway here at Algona High School. Bulldogs trail the Wildcats of Humboldt by 2, but Algona has possession to begin the second quarter. Up top, Cecil now to the right wing for Birkeland. Back to Cecil. Got there with Birkeland, Wartick, Wegner, and Blake. Blake has it right corner for Algona. Moving right to left across your radio dial. Left wing. Birkeland now into Wegner, left elbow, loses the ball, stolen, gets it right back though, drives into the paint, layup up and in. Wegner lost the ball, picked it back up and split 3 defenders and finished for his first 2 points, and we're tied at 11.
Yeah, he took advantage of the defense there. They really kind of forced him into that. They had no options, but Wagner's so strong with the ball. Gets his first bucket.
Humboldt's first possession of the second quarter. Fisher deep left wing. Now a screen and hands it back up top to Goodell. 11-11, 1 minute in to the second quarter. Right wing Matson, bounce pass right block to Fisher, guarded by Wegner, drives, baseline, layup off glass, rims out too strong. Wegner, an acrobatic rebound for the Bulldogs.
That was amazing. Quite a bit of contact there on the move by Fisher.
Wegner up top against the 2-3 zone here for Humboldt. Pump fake, White now steps into a three-pointer. That one is short, rebound, grabbed by Thurm for Humboldt. Up the floor, the pass goes deep right wing. Now on the right side, wide open, Matson, his 3, perfect. Matson with 5 and a 3-point Humboldt lead, 6.5 left in the first half. 14-11 Humboldt. Birkeland up top for Blake. Against this 2-3 zone again for Humboldt. Back to Birkeland, deep right wing. Now right elbow, it's Wartick, skip to the left corner, driving his Blake, pump fake, layup blocked, but a foul on Kunast down low. Humboldt can't believe it. A good pump fake though by Blake, and Aaron's 2 free throws.
Well, I think he caught ball, but also caught arm when he swung down at that block. Nice hesitation by Blake as he drove into the middle there.
His first.
2 free throws. Blake makes the first. He's got 6 to lead Algona. Now a sub for the Wildcats. Hines back in replacing Goodell. Goodell 5 points, all in that first quarter. Hines was scoreless in the first. Next free throw, good for Blake. He's got 7. The Bulldogs are within 1. 14-13, 6:05 to go in the first half. Up top, Hines passes right wing for Matson. Made that 3 last possession. Now to Thurm up top, back to Matson left wing. Now up top is Hines again. Along the perimeter is this offensive possession here for Humboldt. Now free throw line for Fisher. Spins, guarded by Wegner. Hands it off, back to Thurm, right wing. Thurm, double team, pass up top, stolen away by Birkeland. Birkeland, and Wartic come on to the steal there for Algona.
Yep, hand by Berkland knocked it away.
Now right wing is Blythe. Pump fakes a three. Against his own defense, passes back up top to Berkland. Left side, Wegner. Wegner drives baseline. Double team comes, pump fakes, layup off glass, around and out. And big rebound taken by Fisher for Humboldt. Ball then stolen away by Wegner. Right side, 1-on-2 break, fades, fires, and hits off the glass.
Wow, super difficult shot there. Should be, and I've got a technical too, maybe.
Technical on Fisher. He was not happy that Wegner was not called for a foul on the steal. He's called for a technical foul there, and it'll be a free throw for Blythe. And Fisher, I believe, will be subbed out here after the free throws.
Well, it's got to be frustrating because they were really defending Wagner well. Wagner got inside and missed that shot.
Blythe's free throw, first one good.
But then comes right back, gets the steal, and the putback falling away. Really super difficult shot.
Looked like he was almost searching for a foul.
Yeah.
Didn't get it, but made the bucket. Next free throw falls as well for Blythe. So he now has 9. And Fisher indeed checks out. In for the first time to replace him is Matt Miller, the 6'2 senior. So the Bulldogs now lead by 3 suddenly, 17-14, 5:05 to go in the first half. Nelson back on the floor with Cecil, Wegner, Wartic, and Blythe. Blythe has it, left wing. Now up top for Cecil. Free throw line to Wartic, passes out right wing for Wegner off that acrobatic finish. Now Blythe left wing. Up top and dribbles and a pass left side. Now short corner, Cecil left side, drives in, layup off the glass and in. Cecil almost slammed that in, but hit it off the glass and it fell.
Yeah, we haven't seen a Cecil field goal attempt yet, so that was good to see there.
His first 2 points. Driving the other way is Hines. Floating layup is short, barely ticked iron, and we have a foul on the rebound. Who's it against?
Well, we'll see here what they're going to call.
They're calling it against Wartic. They pointed to both of them, but they're giving it to Wartic. It'll be a foul on him and Algona, so the Wildcats retain possession. It's Wartic's second foul, and Brown will check in for him. 19-14, Algona leads, 4.5 in the first half. Hines off the inbounds, passes up top, now swung left side for Thurm. Thurm scoreless so far after scoring 28 on Tuesday. Right corner, Matson. Matson passes up top back to Thurm. He's being hounded by Nelson, Algona's favorite defender against opponents' leading scorers. Left wing for Humboldt is Miller. Passes back up top to Hines. Hines skip past right wing. Matson a 3. He made one. That one short. Wegner the board for Algona. In motion, left to right to left across the radio dial. Wegner spins into the paint. Layup in traffic. Rims around and it falls.
Again, good physical strength. Went up through 2 or 3 defenders. Another timeout, I believe, by Humboldt.
Yep, full timeout called by Jason Thurm. Algona beginning to pull away a bit. It's 21-14. That steal and finish by Wegner combined with the technical free throws and a couple more buckets has suddenly given the Bulldogs a 7-point lead. They were down by 2 entering this quarter. So far in the second, they have outscored Humboldt by a score of 10-5.
Well, the Bulldogs doing a nice job of attacking that Humboldt zone, being very patient, but have gotten 4 field goals right in front of the basket, within about 6 feet of the basket. So scoring in the paint here repeatedly for Algona here in this quarter. Just 1 3 attempted. That one didn't go down for Blake, but in that first quarter, Bulldogs put up 6 threes, made only 1 of them, and now doing a better job of getting inside against that zone.
21-14, Algona leads. Out of the timeout, the Bulldogs have their same 5 on the floor. Bulldogs out there. Wegner, Blythe, Cecil, Brown, and Nelson. On the floor for Humboldt. Thurm, Hines, Miller. They go with Matson, and down low it's Cunax. Up top is Thurm, passes left side. Miller now cycled left corner for Hines. Drives, baseline, help comes, pass back up top. Left wing 3 for Matson, and it's perfect.
Yep, Matson able to spot up there again, left alone rather, because they help defense.
It's a second made 3. He has 8. Humboldt back within 4. 3.5 in the first half. Left wing Wegner. Crossover, dribble, passes back up top. Nelson. Cycle the right wing for Blythe. Off a screen, Blythe. Now passes left side of 3 for Wegner, and it's perfect. Wegner just stared it down right over Hines and hit it.
Nice calm delivery there. Squared up to the basket. Nice follow through.
Back to a 7-point Bulldog lead. Matson drives baseline, got past Cecil. Help defense came from Wegner, and they call Wegner for a foul as the shot missed off the backboard. 2 free throws for Matson. Nice driving move by the 5'10" sophomore.
Yeah, really quick first step. Took it in aggressively.
First free throw is good. Well, I think we saw the Algona defense adjust to those 2 made threes he has and play out on him aggressively, and he was able to get past that first wave. Second free throw good as well. So Matson, the first player on either team in double figures. He has 10 to lead everyone. And back to a 5-point Algona lead, 24-19. 3 to go in this second quarter. Cecil at half court, passes to Wegner left wing. Looking and hands it off to Nelson, now up top for Blank. Blank dribbles right side, hands off to Cecil. Cecil, the right wing on the perimeter, hands it back off to Blank. Blank drives in a bit, bounce pass left wing for Wegner, pump fakes a 3, drives, spins, backs down, turns back in front, takes a fading 10-foot jumper, rims out, long rebound on the floor, still a fight for it, and we have a tie-up between Matson and Nelson. Well, a tie-up, and no one should be surprised that Nelson's down for that one, but the arrow does go to Humboldt, so they get the ball back here after that nice effort on the floor by Matson.
Yeah, a little bit of a forced effort that time by Wagner, but nice job by Nelson of battling in there for that rebound.
So Hines off of the tie-up. He drives into the paint, left-handed shoot, layup short, rebound to Wegner. Wegner down the floor, pass out, left wing 3. Blake off to the right, no good. Offensive board, no one else in for Algona. 2:10 to go in the second. Bulldogs in front by 5. Cecil, right elbow, bounce pass right side. Helmer is back in the game for Algona, replacing Brown. Now up top, Blake again. 2 to go in the second quarter. Blake slowing things up now, deep right wing. Passes to Wegner up top. Wegner back to Blake. Bounce pass, right block for Cecil. Cecil, bounce pass, Nelson right wing. Now back up top for Blake. 1:40 to go in the second quarter. Long possession for Algona. Wegner, crossover, left side, baseline under the basket, passes back out to Blake, right wing, back to Wegner, right corner 3, short, rebound Kunas for Humboldt. Now Hines up the floor, pass, goes, right wing Miller. Miller dribbles back out and hands it off to Hines. Off a screen, Hines picks up his dribble, guarded well by Helmers, now bounce pass Kunas, right block, guarded by Wegner. Kunas drives into the paint, help comes, left-handed push shot, no, but a foul and 2 free throws. Well, how about Ben Kunas, the 6'6 sophomore, averages 3.3 a game. He's got 4 in the first half, and 2 free throws coming here after the foul on Helmers. He looked fearless with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, he really did. He took it up strong there and
he hits the first free throw as well.
Drew the contact from Helmers as he rolled off to the left side there for that little jump hook shot.
So with that first free throw, 24-20 now the score. The foul again was on Helmers, his first. Algona's 5th as a team. Next free throw is short, rebound tapped around, and Helmers has it for Algona. 24-20, Algona leads 1 minute to go here in the second. The Bulldogs might hold here for a final shot. They have in the pass. Up top is Wegner, drives in, left-hand side, and a travel call. You had it there, Greg. 1 extra step. He thought maybe the ball was knocked away for a second. He regained possession, but called for that travel. So 50 seconds to go in the second. The ball back in the hands of the Humboldt Wildcats. They're down by 4. Right wing, Hines, guarded by Helmers. Pass inside to Kunas, the right block. Down low to a cutting Natson. Shot blocked by Cecil, but a foul as well. Cecil unhappy. The average is about a block and a half a game. That one will not count. It's a foul on him, his second. And 2 free throws for Matson, the sophomore.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because Humboldt has been attacking inside here last few possessions.
First free throw for Matson falls. He now has 11. It's a 3-point game.
With smaller players, but they managed to get the whistles.
And Matson just 5'10" down there. Second free throw all net. He has 12 to lead everyone. And it's a 2-point Algona lead, 24-22. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Algona will likely hold here for close to a final shot, at least. Wegner up top, passes left wing to Nelson, now back up top to Blythe. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Cecil, back to Blythe, right wing, at 12. At 10, he hands off Nelson. At 7, off a screen from Wegner, he passes up top to Wegner. At 4, Wegner a drive, left side, pump fake, goes for a wild shot. He's fouled as the shot misses with 1.2 seconds to go in the first half, and Wegner in some pain, holding his left elbow area.
He smacked his elbow on the floor when he went down there. Humboldt really had what they wanted. Wagner on the drive to his left, and they forced him wide away from the basket. So Wagner was taking kind of a wild off-balance shot, but Humboldt determined to stop Wagner's shot. Also got contact and foul, so it should be 2 shots. Officials having a little visit. Now they're saying
they're discussing who the foul was on, and they're charging it to Gabe Goodell his first. There were 3 different Wildcats down there guarding that jumper. 2 free throws here for Wegner with 1.2 to go in the first half, and the first one misses off to the right. 1.2 to go, so it could be a dribble and a shot here for Humboldt, assuming they get the ball off a miss potentially. Second free throw, too strong. Rebound to Goodell, a full court heave. It's short, and that does it for the first half. So after 16 minutes, 24-22 Algona leads. It felt like about midway through that second quarter, Greg, that the Bulldogs were beginning to pull away, but Humboldt a run late, and they have just a 2-point deficit at the halftime. I think we can credit Caden Matson, 12 first half points, 10 of them in this second quarter, and he brought this Humboldt team back into it here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it really did. Humboldt has played very well, and Madsen has been a big part of that. Attacking, getting down underneath the basket, showed good quickness. If you're not going to cover me up on the three-point line, I'll shoot away. He's got a couple of threes. And then if you get up too tight on me, showed good quickness to the basket where he's able to get inside. So Humboldt really has played a good first half. Algona maybe, as you mentioned, I thought started to do some things really well there in the second quarter, getting inside against that zone and making them pay inside. But Humboldt able to come up with some big shots. Only had 5 field goal attempts in that second quarter where they made 2. They are 6 for 20 here in the first half, while Algona has 9 field goals out of 23 attempts. But entertaining ball game here for the first half, without a doubt.
Yeah, at the half, 24-22 Algona leads. Second half is on the way in a little bit, but folks will take a quick 1-minute break. We'll come back in and welcome on Algona girls head coach Mike Ford. It's on the way after this quick break here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Okay, we're going to ride together to that Algona meeting again. Okay.
How's it going? Good. Got another bald spot working after tonight, so, gray hair, whatever.
It's kind of a weird game. So were there hold on. Welcome back to Algona High School. Halftime here of the boys game. It is a 24-22 lead for the Algona boys. Now we welcome on Algona girls head coach Mike Ford. Coach, thanks for coming on. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing better now that that's over. Made some free throws down the stretch to help, but man.
Temple wins 51-40 here at home against Humboldt. I know it wasn't the prettiest ball game. What do you say to your girls after a game? Like, I know you want to pick up the one and you got that, but what do you say to them after a game?
Well, I mean, we've been in situations like this. We've got 3- and 4-year starters for crying out loud. I just think, the news of a couple of their kids down at the wrestling The girls' state wrestling match kind of affected us, and I don't know if we respected them or didn't come out with the same energy because their couple of leading scorers weren't playing tonight. But like I told them, I said, we just can't do that. We got to play like we play all the time. And you saw glimpses of it. I mean, we played hard. Heck, I thought our best possession of the game, we reversed the ball and spread, we attacked, we kicked it out, and then we just missed a layup. But like in that middle of that fourth quarter was like our best offensive possession. And we didn't score on it, but at least we're attacking and hustling and getting after it. We didn't do very much of that tonight.
I thought that there were some turnovers that kind of hurt you a little bit, but when you got the ball in the half court and you had your offense, it seemed like you executed pretty well in your offensive scheme, but you mentioned a couple of shots down low, just you couldn't get them the ball. What did you see overall for your offensive execution?
Yeah, and the kids know the plays, and they do a really good job with it, for the most part. And if something breaks down, they don't panic. We just reset, whatever. But like you said, I don't think we took advantage of enough of our opportunities. We had good looks, we didn't make them. I told the girls at halftime, I thought in our press, we got 2 or 3 steals right in the front of that thing and didn't convert any of them. Whether we tried to look to a teammate or we just didn't make the layup or whatever, but they gave us several gifts and we just didn't take advantage of it, especially in that, like I said, middle, first quarter, start of second quarter, somewhere in that area.
You had a balanced scoring effort. All the starters scored at least 6 points. I know you weren't happy with everything that happened here tonight, but how good is it to see everyone scoring during the starting 5, and how tough are you to be when you have 5 players scoring 6 or more?
Oh, absolutely, and we are capable of that. I mean, the kids know that, and any one of them could go off for 15 or 20 or whatever. I think Leah had a pretty good night tonight. I don't remember exactly what she had, but she was a little more assertive and aggressive, and we need her to do that. Abby kind of took a back seat tonight, but she's been a leading scorer for us, and you've seen Molly and Cam both be able to put, like I said, 14, 15 points up in a given night. So the potential's there. It's just a matter of, how much energy do we have, how committed are we to the defensive end and or the transition game. But no, the kids are capable of, and we know that. We just haven't put our best foot forward yet, and I hope that's coming up.
I wanted to ask you about Aaliyah. She had 18 points tonight. Okay. She had 14 earlier this week. She had a good game, I think, late last week as well. Seems like she's kind of turning a corner here at this point of the season. What have you seen from her over the last few games?
Well, that's exactly right. She's turning the corner. She's being a little more aggressive, and the kids have kicked it out to her, too. I mean, most of her threes are usually because of a kick out, because, her defender helps or whatever, and to her credit, she's knocked them down. Last year, she shot an unbelievable percentage. I mean, it's one of the best in, high school. And this year, it's a little more normal, or what you hope for, I guess. Last year was a little bit of a fluke, or maybe, but she's getting there, and I think she's feeling a little stronger, a little more aggressive and confident, and all that stuff happens. And, we need her to lead us and to be a scorer, and we need Abby and all the girls to do that. Will we all hit on the same night? Probably not. But it's good to know that we're capable of that.
All right. Well, congrats on the win. Thanks for coming up. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm looking forward to breakfast.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Coach. Again, that's Mike Ford of the Algona Girls joining us here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Halftime of the boys. Algona leads by 2. Second half is on the way, coming up in a few minutes. For now, let's take a quick 1-minute break. We'll come back with more. We'll welcome Greg Stewart back on, coming up in just a minute after this on Hometown Radio KLGA. Back here in a sec. Welcome back to Algona High School. Time for half number 2 in just a couple of minutes. It is a 24-22 lead for the Algona Bulldogs at the half, led by 9 points from both Wyatt Wegner and Colin Blight, 2 from Noah Nelson, Jason Cecil, and James Wartick. Meanwhile, Humboldt 12 from Caden Matson, 5 from Gabe Goodell, and 5 from Ben Cunas. Those are the only 3 that have scored for Humboldt. I think the Bulldogs doing a great job on Sam Fisher and Jacob Thurm. Those are this team's 2 leading scorers. In fact, Hines, 11 plus points a game. Those 3 are their 3 leading scorers, and they have 0 combined points in this ball game. I think Algona's happy about that. But the flip side, Humboldt's saying, well, they haven't scored, we're only down by 2. They're right in this thing despite all those numbers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think you got some stories like that going both ways. Bulldogs really played well defensively, and I think you have to say the pace of this ball game has been dictated by the Bulldogs for the most part. Right now we're on pace for a game in the mid-40s to 50. That's right in Algona's wheelhouse. Humboldt likes to score a lot more points than that, so the Bulldogs defensively had a good handle on this, done a terrific job on some individuals, but Humboldt has had Caden Madsen, the sophomore, really step up, knock down some big threes. They've made 7 out of 8 free throws in the first half, and that has kept this a close game that you think it's probably going to go down to the wire, and it's going to come down to who can put a little run together, who can hit their free throws, and put just enough together to get out of here with a win.
It came down to the wire earlier this season when these 2 teams played in Humboldt. That was a 4-point Algona win, 60-56. That was a game where, if I remember correctly, Algona kind of controlled it for much of the first half. They had a phenomenal first quarter. I think they led by double digits at the end of 1. Humboldt then chipped away and got back in it late, and the Bulldogs made enough free throws at the end to seal that win. But hopefully, for Algona's sake, that maybe they closed it a little bit earlier here tonight, but Humboldt not making it easy. Certainly 12 points from Caden Madsen, 5 from both Cunas and Goodell. Algona has their starting 5 on the floor to begin quarter 3. Wegner, Blake, Nelson, Cecil, and Wartick. Bulldogs left to right across your radio dial here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Up top is Cecil. Left wing for Blake. He's checked by Thurm on the floor for Humboldt with Fisher, Madsen, Hines, and Goodell. Left wing 3 now for Blake. Too strong. Long rebound taken by Nelson. Nelson, though, then fell to the floor and called for a travel. Kind of a tough break there. He ripped the rebound away from Goodell, but lost his footing in the process and called there for a turnover. So 20 seconds in, ball to Humboldt to begin here in the second half. They could tie or take a lead on this possession early in the third. Hines, scoreless in the first half, passes up top. Now Thurm also scoreless in the first half. He drives, spin move, floater in the lane, short. Offensive board himself, throws it back up off glass. No, back for the board, Blake for Algona. 2-point Bulldog lead, 24-22. We played 45 seconds in the third. Off a screen, Cecil up top, passes left wing to Nelson. Ortick now sets a screen for Nelson. He pump fakes a 3, passes right wing to Blake. Blake looking for Wegner, now passes, spins right and passes up top to Wegner, who vacated his spot on the block. Now back to Blake, deep right wing. Blake patiently waiting for a screen from Cecil, gets it, dribbles up top, double team, bounce pass right wing for Cecil. Cecil now drives to the baseline, reverse layup, rims in.
Boy, there's that long reach by Jason Cecil, using the rim to protect the shot.
His second field goal, and the Bulldogs now in front by 4. Hines drives in, kicks left corner, now back up to the top part of the key for Thurm. Thurm over to the right side. Cunas, double team to right elbow, now passes to a cutting Madsen.
Oh my goodness.
A foul.
Look
as
at that.
It falls on Cecil.
I tell you what, Madsen is having himself a ball game. Cuts across from the weak side, gets the pass, and puts it up again against a much taller Cecil. It was a shot blocker, and he managed to get it up off the glass and one chance to pull right back within 1 point.
That's a big whistle, not just because it could be a 3-point play. It is Cecil's third foul, still with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Free throw for Madsen falls as well. He has a game-high 15. It's a 1-point Algona lead, 26-25. Blake, deep right wing for Algona. Off a screen, bounce pass left wing for Nelson. Now left corner into the game for Cecil is Berkland. The pass stolen away, though, by Madsen. Right wing, Madsen, crossover, drive, pass to Cunas, down low, loses the ball on the floor, fight for it, taken by Berkland. Now Nelson across half court slowly, Hands off to Wegner, right wing. Crossover, spin, stolen by Goodell. 2-on-1 break. Goodell, right side, right at Blyke. Layup misses. Offensive board, put back third misses. And Wartic has the rebound for Algona. Still a 1-point Bulldog lead. Nelson, now to Wegner. Back up top, Blyke. Open, drives, kicks the left corner. Brooklyn pump fakes a three. Hands off, back up top to Nelson. 1-point Bulldog advantage, 5.5 to go. Nelson drives in right side, a fading tough shot from 5 feet out. He hits it over the taller defender, and the Bulldogs back in front by 3.
That was a tough shot. Algona's dodged a couple bullets here in the last couple of Wildcat
back the other way. He drives, layup from the left side, misses off the iron, but Kunas, the offensive board, and the putback in one motion. He has 7 and is back to a 1-point Algona lead. 5 to go in the third. Blyke drives in, left side, layup in traffic, high off the glass, and it falls straight through.
Bulldogs being strong with the ball, which they need to be, because Humboldt very aggressive defensively. A lot of body checking.
Blyke first Bulldog in double figures. He has 11, 3-point Algona lead. Matson drives, left side baseline, push shot, short offensive board for Kunas. He's fouled on the putback, which might have been partially blocked. It fell short, but 2 free throws because of the foul here for Kunas.
Well, the foul's starting to pick up here as Humboldt continues to attack the basket. Madsen didn't get the shot to fall that time, but the big guy, Kunas, got the rebound.
And that's the foul on Wartic, his third. So this is a tough spot for the Bulldogs. Their 2 tallest players, Cecil and Wartic, both with 3 fouls. And we see some big third quarter minutes now for Tyler Mansky, the 6'2 sophomore. First free throw missed for Kunas. His second falls in. He has 8. And we're back to a 2-point Bulldog lead, 30-28. 4:45 to go in this third, but on the floor for Algona. You don't see this 5 too often. Blyke, who drives in with Mansky. Now Blyke fades from 5 feet out, misses from the left side of the floor. Goodell has the rebound, but Mansky, Blyke, Nelson, Wegner, and Birkeland. Driving this time is Hines, passes out right wing to Matson, drives in, layup falls, and the foul. A chance for a 3-point play for Matson and the lead. They call a blocking foul down low on Blyke, his first.
Well, Madsen, the sophomore, is just kind of taking this game over. Humboldt's leading scorer is not doing much.
Free throw misses, though, by Matson, so it stays tied. Matson now with 17. He already has 5 here the first 3.5 minutes of this third quarter. 30 all our score. Up top is Birkeland for Algona. Passes to Blyke, deep left wing. Pump fakes a deep 3. Now passes it up top to Wagner. He takes a right wing 3. Short rebound, tapped around, tracked down by Matson again. Matson up the floor for Hines. Too far off his fingertips, out of bounds. They had an opportunity for a fast break bucket. Matson's throw just a couple feet too far. So a turnover, and Algona gets the ball back. Still tied 30-30. 3:50 in the third quarter. Almost a steal. Wegner has it right wing. Now pass left corner. Nelson a 3 for the lead. Short, long rebound. Tipped around. Hines has it. Goodell right to the foot race against Wegner. Layup in traffic. No. Wegner has the rebound. Goodell hits the deck. Wegner right side. Crossover. Spin move. Double team. Pass to a cutting. Nelson. Layup in traffic. Good. Bulldogs lead by 2 and a timeout called by Humboldt.
Wow. A lot of activity again, and nice job by Wagner on that last possession defensively, just getting himself in position and not leaning into the shooter or not swinging down at the shot. And Humboldt missed another in close, and the Bulldogs able to come away. And then on that transition, nice job keeping his head up and catching his teammate streaking into the basket there. And Noah Nelson gets the lay-in for that 2-point lead again.
3 Wildcats have scored. 3 in the game.
Yeah.
One of them off the bench in Ben Kunas. None of them are their top 3 leading scorers. Hines, 12 a game. Thurm, 12 a game. Fisher, 13 a game, are all scoreless.
Well, the 2 sophomores from Humboldt have got 25 of their 30 points.
And the other is a junior who has the other 5. No seniors have scored for Humboldt tonight. Pretty strange.
Sophomore show here for the Wildcats.
32-30 Algona. Hines has the ball up top for Humboldt. 3:15 to go in this third quarter. Now it's Matson, passes right wing for Hines. Hines guarded by Blyke, and we have a whistle and an offensive foul away from the ball.
Illegal screen Up on the top there.
Against
Personal
Matson.
foul called on Caden Matson, his second.
32-30 Algona. It's the second foul on Matson. Mansky, right block, passes out to Nelson. Nelson now over to the right wing for Wegner. Back to Nelson, left side of the floor. Crossover, drive, left block, now picks up his dribble. Passes back up top for Blythe. 2:50 to go in the third. Bulldogs in front by 2. Blythe drives, pump fake, right side, push shot off glass, and it falls. Nice
job.
move by the senior.
Yeah, nice job of using the glass in that shot. Straight on, tough shot.
4-point Bulldog lead. Hines the other way. Now passes right wing for Goodell. Up top, Matson. Checked by Helmers back in the game. Right corner 3 for Goodell. Short. Long rebound taken by Mansky for Algona. He feeds Blythe on his way across half court. Blythe, right elbow. Hands off to Helmers, right wing. Now back up top for Wagner. Takes a left wing 3 now, and it's perfect. Wagner from downtown. 5-0 Bulldog run. In fact, a 7-0 Bulldog run. 37-30 Bulldogs, 2:10 to go. Hines, Matson right wing, into Kunas, give it a go back to the cutting Matson, layup misses, but a foul and 2 free throws.
And Matson has just been extremely efficient, hasn't he, tonight?
He has been.
Either he makes the shot or by penetration, he draws the foul and goes to the line.
Team foul.
Fouls on Helmers, his second, Algona's 4th as the team this half. First free throw falls for Matson. Sub for Algona, Nick Brown in. Tyler Mansky out. One more free throw for Matson, hits that one as well. Matson now with 19 points. He has 7 here in the third quarter. We've played 6 minutes.
And he's hit 7 out of 8 free throws, so Matson doing really a fantastic job tonight.
He has. And the lead down to 5 now, 37-32 Algona. Snaps a 7-0 Bulldog run. Blythe left corner. Drives in left elbow now and passes over to the right corner for Helmers. Pump fakes a 3. Passes back up top to Wegner. Wegner pump fakes, drives, jump step, passes out left side now for Blythe. Blythe hesitation, spins
nice
move.
layup,
No, but a foul and 2 free throws. Hesitation by Blythe on a nice tight spin into the paint left side of the floor. He could not quite finish the layup, but a foul called by Thurm, his second and 2 free throws now for Blythe. Senior's first is perfect. He now has 14 to lead Algona. Sub now for Humboldt. Thurm has checked out with those 2 fouls. Back in Matt Miller. One more free throw for Blythe, in and out, and Cunast has the board for Humboldt. 38-32 Algona leads, 1:25 to go in the third. Hines drives and kicks to Miller, left corner. Handoff back to Hines in that corner. Now back out Miller, tackled up top for Goodell, now to the right wing for Matson. Matson passes a Kunas back to Matson, right elbow, drives and floats a shot over Helmers, rims in. Matson with 21.
Wow.
38-34 Algona, 1 minute to go in the third. Can Algona slow down Matson?
Yeah, that's what it's amounting to here.
21 of their 34 points.
Doing a nice job of holding down the leading scorers, but Madsen has really stepped up.
50 seconds to go in the third. Wagner drive, jumps out, fading shot from 5 feet out. No good. Long rebound on the floor. Dive for it, and we have whistles. And a timeout by Algona. Humboldt is upset because they did not think the Bulldogs had possession. And probably have the right to be upset there. That seemed like it was still on the floor, anyone's basketball. The Bulldogs will certainly take it. Timeout called by McLaughlin, and they will keep possession here late in this third quarter, up by 4.
Yeah, big objection there, and that was a tough call. It dived for the ball, and it looked for a split second that Algona had it, and Noel yelled timeout, and in that next half second, it rolled
Very
free,
close.
and Humboldt was right there. The whistle came, so I think by the time the whistle blew, the ball was loose. There was no possession.
But when
I
Noel
think when
called the
Noel
timeout.
called the timeout, Algona probably had it. It looked bad to the Humboldt fans. A good break for Algona.
Probably fair. 42.6 to go in the third. Bulldogs have the ball. We've seen them hold here for one shot in these situations. I would not be shocked if they do again, leading by 4. Blythe inbounds, left side of the floor, up top to Cecil. Now to Nelson. 35 seconds to go in the third. Bulldogs in front, 38-34. Elmer's up top near half court at 30. Guarded by Kunas near the half court stripe. Wildcats wanted a carry, they won't get it.
No.
Cecil deep left wing at 20, back to Helmers. Now up top for Wagner. at 15. Cecil left wing at 12. At 10. Deep up top, off a screen from Wegner at 7. Hands off, Wegner at 5. Drived in left side, layup, good, but we have a travel before the shot. Just one extra step. Wegner is saying, well, I was pushed. I was forced into the extra step. He won't get the call he wants. Turnover with 2.9 to go in the third. A chance for Humboldt to get within 2 or maybe 1 here in the last few seconds.
Yeah, if Algona want to make them throw it in close up here.
Matson to Hines. Hines at 1, a half-court heave to beat the buzzer. It's off to left, no good. And that does it for the third. Bulldogs lead by 4, 38-34. A fun fourth quarter is on the way next. After this on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
At the end of 3 quarters, Humboldt 34, Algona 38. Will the following individuals please see Coach Ford out in the comments for your pictures that you have won the bid on. Alayla Perry, Kenny Krapp, and Kevin McPeak. Once again, please meet Coach Ford in the comments. A reminder to the Algona High School students, after the game tonight is a 3-point contest and neon dance to celebrate Root coming. And the dance will go until 11 o'clock. There will be pizza, cookies, and water available for purchase. Be ready to whoop it up.
Back here at Algona High School, fourth quarter begins right now. Humboldt has the ball, down by 4. Right wing 3 for Hines, too strong. Blake has the rebound for Algona. He's on the floor with Wegner, Cecil, Nelson, and Wartick. Algona starting 5. Humboldt on the floor. They're starting 5. Goodell, Hines, Matson, Thurm, and Fisher. Right wing, Blake for the Bulldogs. Their first possession of the fourth. He drives in, fouled on the drive. He was passing to the left corner for Nelson. It is the third team foul on Humboldt this half.
That's the third on Madsen also, isn't it? Put it up. Yeah,
Indeed it is.
Personal foul.
Could be big. I think he's going to come out of the game right now.
And he will. They don't want him to pick up his fourth here quickly. Still 7.5 to go. So Matson, who has 21 of Humboldt's 34 points, will check out for, I would imagine, just a couple of minutes. Wagner inbounds to Wartick, right side, now a right-handed hook shot, no good. Long rebound tapped in the air, tracked down by Cecil. Extra possession for Algona. Back the top of the key for Cecil. Cecil hands off, Nelson left wing. Now up top for Wegner. Wegner looking middle, passes right side to Blake. Blake checked by Goodell. Blake drives in, right side of the floor, fading from 5 feet off the backboard, no. And Fisher has the board for Humboldt. They go the other way, down by 4 early fourth quarter. Right wing is Hines. Thought about a 3, now passes left corner for Goodell. Goodell up top. Miller pump fakes a 3, drives in, kicks. Right wing 3 for Hines. Short. Blake has the board again for Algona.
A couple of big misses there. Bulldogs dodge. They need a score here. Start building that lead just a little bit.
38-34, Algona, 6.5 to go in regulation. Left side. Now in the corner on the left side is Cecil. Back to the top of the key for Wegner. Wegner dribbles right wing, hands off to Blake. Blake now left side for Cecil. Back to Wegner. Wegner guarded by Hines. Drives, pump fakes. Nice job defensively. Now pass over to the right corner. A 10-foot jumper, more like 15 in fact. It misses though by Wartick. Long rebound to Fisher. Left side Miller into the corner. Goodell head fake. Now up top for Hines. Passes over to the right side for Thurm. A very deep right wing 3. Perfect. Thurm's first 3 points. And it's a 1-point Algona lead, 38-37. Thurm made 8 threes on Tuesday for his first points tonight. Wegner crossover, spins into the paint, passes down low, tipped out of bounds off of Wartick. A turnover. Wegner thought it was tipped by Humboldt. The officials say it was tipped by Wartick. So the Wildcats get the ball back, down by 1. They could take a lead here this possession. 5:45 to go in the fourth. Matson back in the ball game. Deep 3 for Thurm up top. It's good again. Thurm is feeling it suddenly. Back-to-back threes. Humboldt in front by 2.
Bulldogs have not scored this quarter. 4 empty possessions.
Blank drives in, up and under, layup just rims out. Fisher the board for Humboldt. Matson, right wing, drives in, layup in, transition, get it in. 8-0 run, timeout, Norma Laughlin and Algona. 42-36, 5:16 to go in the fourth.
Wonderful transition there by Humboldt, and again it's Madsen streak into the basket, and had a couple of Bulldog players just kind of trotting down the floor, kind of sizing up where everybody was. Did not see him coming in from the right side, and he streaked in on that right side to the baseline and gets a big bucket. Algona, again, has not scored here in the fourth quarter. They've had 5 empty possessions, and that's going to have to change here as they're now down 4 points. Humboldt, meanwhile, has hit 3 out of 5 shots.
Well, Algona led 37-30 in that third quarter at one point.
Right.
From that moment on, it's been a 12-1 run for Humboldt.
Yeah, it's really kind of gone cold for the Bulldogs here. Humboldt playing nice defensively, really. Algona has been getting to the basket, but every one of the shots have been contested, forcing a little bit of off balance. The last one by Blake, he had to put a little English on the shot, and some of those will go down, but those are tough shots.
So a 4-point lead for Humboldt. It is Algona basketball after the full timeout by head coach Noah McLaughlin. 5:10 to go in the fourth. Bulldogs have the ball. Right side, Wegner hands off Nelson left wing. Now back up top for Blank. Blank bounce pass left wing, Cecil. Cecil jab step, drives in, kicks. Blank wide open right wing 3. Rims out, it's short. Rebound, and we have a foul on Warchick. That's an effort foul, but it is his 4th. That could be an issue. He was trying to get inside position, almost got that extra rebound. It's his 4th foul. He'll stay in for now with 4:50 to go. Nope, now he'll be subbed out as Nick Brown comes in for him. So the Bulldogs a bit smaller here. Brown 5'10", Wartick 6'4". 4 fouls again on Wartick. He's on the bench for now. 4-point Humboldt lead. Hines, left wing, into Fisher. Give it to go back to Hines. Right side, layup up, last and in. Hines, his first 2 points. A 10-0 Humboldt run to open the fourth.
Nice give and go, and the Humboldt seniors all of a sudden have come to life.
44-38 Humboldt. Wegner up top, drives in, left side, and a travel called again.
Well, Humboldt's getting exactly what they want. Algona trying to force it a little bit, and yet another turnover and another empty possession.
So Hines the other way for Humboldt again. 10-0 run for Humboldt. Matson, right wing. Now Goodell into Fisher, left block, nice position, right-handed hook, rims in. It's an 8-point Humboldt lead suddenly, 46-38.
Humboldt has made 5 out of 7 shots here in the fourth quarter, while the Bulldogs have not made one yet.
That was Fisher's first points. Left corner, Nelson to Wegner. He drives in, left-hand layup, no but a foul and 2 free throws. Well, Wegner just forced himself in there, left high into the air. Was not going to be denied, earns 2 free throws. That foul is on Fisher, his 3rd. Now the Bulldogs need a couple of free throws here. Wegner on the season, 72.4% from the stripe. His first, rims out to the left. Bulldogs have not scored in this quarter. We played 4 minutes, and the Bulldogs are being outscored 16-1 since mid-third quarter. Next free throw, rims in for Wegner. First point of the fourth for the Bulldogs. They're back down by 7, 46-39, 4 to go. Hines up top, Matson deep right wing. Double teamed and a turnover for Humboldt.
That's what we needed.
Well, they blitzed Matson. 2 defenders immediately his way, and he kind of jumped the gun a bit, passed that one pretty hard and off the fingertips on the right side of Goodell. A turnover. Ball back to Algona, down by 7, 3:45 to go. Blank right wing, up top for Wegner, drives in, right elbow, hands off to Cecil. Off the screen, Cecil, crossover, spin, pass back up top to Nelson. Now to Wegner up top, drives in on Thurm, layup, no, but a foul as he's heading to the line. 2 free throws coming up for Wegner. That whistle goes against,
I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
That's Thurm with him.
It's Thurm's 3rd foul. First free throw for Wegner is good. Well, they're calling it on Hines.
Oh, Hines. Okay.
So not Thurm's third. Couldn't tell if our official was holding up a 1 and a 3 or a 2 and a 3. Hines is 13, Thurm is 23. Both free throws in though for Wegner. He's got 15. The Bulldogs back down by 5, 3.5 to go. A little bit of three-quarter court pressure now for the Bulldogs. They break it though to the Wildcats. Hines left wing double teamed. Pass back up top to Matson. Gets it up top again. Pump fake, drives in, pass over to Fisher, layup blocked, but he finishes anyways. It was contested by Wegner, but somehow Fisher finished.
That's a nice
through the
strong
contact.
Yeah, nice strong finish by Fisher. Bulldogs need to answer.
7-point Humboldt lead. Cecil left side takes a handoff, drives, and he's fouled on the drive. Now the 6th team foul on Humboldt. Not a shooting foul, and one more foul before the Bulldogs are in the bonus. Now a sub as Wartick is back in, and a timeout called by head coach Jason Thurm of Humboldt. Bulldogs ball, they're down by 7, 2:57 to go in this fourth quarter. Bulldogs who need some points this possession. They've been getting to the line with Wegner 3 of 4 from the start the last 2 trips down. We'll see if they do that again here, but you get the feeling they're going to need something to fall from outside here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, eventually. Right now, Bulldogs 0 for 5 from the field here. Not made a field goal since back in the third quarter. And that's tough, especially when the other team gets hot, and Humboldt has made 6 of 8 from the field here in this last quarter. So they've just been burning hot, 2 big three-pointers, and then otherwise got right to the bucket. That last one put up after it was blocked. Fisher continues to push it up and gets it to count. So Humboldt has really come on strong. Bulldogs, I like the idea of getting to the basket though, getting the whistle, stop the clock, see if you can score without losing much time here. But yeah, you got to believe that eventually you're going to have to get some field goals to fall.
And well, we talked about into this third quarter, Humboldt's 3 leading scorers had not scored.
Yeah.
Thurm 6, Fisher 4, Hines 2 all this quarter. They have picked it up here in the fourth. Inbounds pass stolen by Thurman Matson. Matson left side pass to Goodell. Dribbles back up top and hands it off to Hines. And a foul on Algona against Fisher before that pass to Hines. It's the 6th team foul on Algona, so no 1-and-1 free throws yet. It's a push on Nelson from the back, his first. So Humboldt inbounds under their own basket. Right corner, Matson doubled, eludes it, and passes up top to Hines. Hines guarded by Wegner, drives right, now dribbles back out and hands it off to Matson. Matson double teamed that near half court, passes right wing to Hines. Now back up top for Matson. Back on the left side, Goodell. Goodell back to Matson up top. Splits the double team, dribbles out, left wing, Goodell wide open. They are not shooting, taking some time off the clock here.
Smart play by Humboldt.
Bulldogs might need to foul, and they do as Hines breaks a double team, but Wegner might have got him on the wrist. And they are calling it on Wegner. 1-and-1 free throws now for Jamison Hines. It's Wegner's 2nd foul on the year. Jamison Hines shooting 74% from the stripe. His first short, big rebound tapped in the air. It's a long rebound for Matson.
Wow.
Tapped out beyond the three-point line, and Humboldt has possession again. The Bulldogs need to foul. Left side wide open, 3 for Thurm. He hits it. 3 threes for Thurm, all in the fourth. Timeout Algona. It's a 10-point Humboldt lead. 2:06 to go in the fourth. Humboldt just on fire in this fourth quarter.
7 out of 9. They're shooting 78% from the field in the fourth quarter. Just crazy. And 3 threes by Jacob Thurm, who had not scored coming in the fourth quarter. And that last one, really early in the possession. But there's confidence by the senior, and he nailed it. Big shot. And Algona now getting in a pretty deep hole, down 10.
We talked about it a little bit ago, Greg. Algona led 37-30. They went on a 7 run to go up by 7, 37-30 with a few minutes to go in the third quarter. From that moment on, it's been 21-4 in favor of Humboldt.
Yeah, unbelievable, really. Humboldt just terrifically hot. Algona cold and maybe a little bit rattled, trying to force some things, just not getting them to go down. Have not made a field goal since the third quarter.
Bulldogs need to play a perfect 2:05. Out of the timeout, Blythe across half court, down by 10. Right wing now Cecil. Back to Blythe, left side. Takes the handoff, drives, base under the basket, layup in traffic. No offensive board. Warchick put back, no, but a foul and 2 free throws. Good effort down low. Nice drive by Blythe and a good rebound by Warchick. It's the 4th foul on Matson. And 2 free throws for the Algona junior, James Warchick. They need them both. Warchick's first off the left on the year. Warchick shooting 69% from the line before that one.
That was a great effort by Warchick to get that offensive board.
Second free throw, too strong, long rebound. Thurm has it though for Humboldt.
Wow.
Out of Goodell. Algona playing some pressure defense here. Matson get it across to Hines. Hines then fouled by Wegner near half court. 8th team foul, 1-and-1 free throws for Hines. Talked about it earlier. Hines, a good free throw shooter, 74 from the stripe, entering the ninth.
Well, Bulldogs getting to the point of having to identify somebody to foul deliberately. Here on
front end though, misses for Hines. Rebound Wegner, still down by 10. Wegner passes Blythe, left wing 3, short. Rebound on the floor. Hines has it for Humboldt. Double team out of Matson, right side. He's double teamed, triple teamed. Needs enough, throws it away and tracked down by Thurm. Now into the hands of Hines, who's across half court. 1:20 to go. Hines now fouled near the 3-point line. This one goes against Colin Blythe, his second. 9th team foul. 1-and-1 free throws again for Jamison Hines. He missed his last one. Front end is good. Hines now with 3 points. He averages 12. But Humboldt still has a double-digit lead. 1:20 to go in the 4th. Second free throw. Rims around and in. 53-41 Humboldt. Cecil across half court now to Wegner up top. Crossover, drive, fading shot. It's an air ball. Offensive board though for Cecil. Back to Wegner. Right block. Pump fake, layup, no, but a foul. And 2 free throws with 68 seconds to go in the 4th.
Well,
Personal foul called on Sam Fisher.
I won't fault the Bulldogs' work ethic out there. I mean, they're playing hard. They're doing the best they can. But, again, taking some really difficult shots.
First free throw for Wegner. Rims off the back iron, and then it finally falls.
Wow. They need every point at this juncture. And probably going to need a 3 or 2 to fall as well.
Elmer's in for Warchick to foul, I would imagine. Next free throw, Rims around and out. Rebound on the floor, on the corner, taken by Algona, and Nelson double teamed. Throws it up top, Blythe. A 3-pointer from straight on. Good! Timeout Algona.
Well, there we go.
Bulldogs within 8. 59.3 to go. Bulldogs have life. A 4-point possession. 1 free throw and a 3-pointer. Now they try to force a turnover, commit a foul. Bad news is a foul is the 10th, so it would be double bonus for Humboldt, a guarantee of 2 free throws. But the Bulldogs not giving up just yet, down by 8, just about a minute to go.
Well, there's not too many free throw shooters to target here. It looks like Manson, who has had a fantastic night. I don't know if we want to foul him, but he's only hitting 61% from the line. That's kind of hard to believe. I doubt he'd be doing that tonight. You want to avoid Thurm, though, a 90% free thrower.
He's Honda as well has made 3 threes in this 4th quarter, but you mentioned Matson, 23 points, 11 of them here in the second half. 53-45, Humboldt inbounds the ball to Matson. I'm going to not foul now to Hines. Now back up top to Matson. Matson over the top, tipped away, stolen, taken by Goodell, almost a back cord.
Yep.
Pass was from Goodell back to Hines. Hines then fouled by Nelson. And 2 free throws now for Hines. There was a pass to break the press towards the middle part of the floor to get across half court. It was deflected by a Bulldog. Found Goodell, then threw it backwards, and Hines had to establish himself in the front court before going and making the catch. He does make the first free throw, though, and it's back to a 9-point Humboldt lead. So 1 more free throw for Hines, the senior. Too strong, rebound to Blythe. 45 seconds, down by 9. Blythe, left side, drives in, kicks to Wegner. Right wing 3. Off to the right, no good. Rebound, tipped around. We have whistles and a foul. And it's against Humboldt. Well, Nelson and Warchick were fighting for that rebound, and the foul was called on Thurm down low. His third, 9th team foul, so 1-1 free throws for Nelson.
9th team foul.
Nelson on the season, shooting 84% from the line. A good free throw shooter. The front end, rims out, and Goodell has the board. Now he hands it off to Thurm, and Thurm's foul.
One of those nights here for the Bulldogs. Really not one of those nights, one of those quarters.
Yeah.
The fourth quarter, things have just really fallen apart for the Bulldogs. Only one made field goal out of, looks like 10 attempts. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, 1 out of 10.
It just came a moment ago on that three-pointer. First free throw, too strong for Thurm. So despite shooting 90% from the line, Thurm misses that one. There's one more coming. 34.6 to go in the fourth. The Bulldogs in front, or trailing by 9, excuse me. Next free throw falls for Thurm. He's got 10 all in this fourth.
Well, got to score quick now.
Wegner up top, drives into the paint, left side layup, misses from down low. Rebound, Fisher. Now out to Matson. Matson does not get fouled yet. They're trying to give it to him. They're not calling it.
Nope.
Now down low, right side, Goodell. He finishes. A shot blocked by Warchick, but a foul. As it looked like Goodell was...
He was going to score the layup there, and Bulldogs didn't like that.
Warchick is fouled out with 15.9 to go. Algona fans appreciate the block and the foul and the effort by Warchick, but 2 free throws here for Goodell. And the first one falls. He's got 6. And it's an 11-point Humboldt lead, 15.9 to go. Next free throw, rims in. 12-point lead. Blythe up the floor, a quick right wing 3 hits that as well. He now has 20. It's a 9-point game. Ball inbounded to Hines at 5. Bulldogs will not foul, and that'll do it. Humboldt comes from behind in the fourth, and they pick up a win on the road. Final score, 57 for Humboldt, 48 for the Bulldogs. Algona a couple of threes late in the fourth. Only 2 made field goals on those threes all fourth quarter. Humboldt scores 23 in the fourth, and they win 57-48. Algona led 37-30. From that moment on, Humboldt outscored the Bulldogs 27-11, and they win by 11 points. Bulldogs were led 20 points from Colin Buck, a couple of threes in that fourth quarter. 16 from Wyatt Wegner, 6 from Noah Nelson, 4 from Jason Cecil. And while Humboldt, 23 from Caden Matson. It really kept this team afloat through 3 quarters. Then the seniors chipped in that fourth quarter. 10 from Thurm, all in the fourth. 7 from Goodell Jr., 5 from the senior Hines, all in the fourth. 4 from Fisher, a senior, all in the fourth. Also 8 from Cunast, who scored on all of the 3 quarters. Did not score in that fourth period, but a win still for Humboldt here on the road. 57-48 the final score. These teams, they split the regular season series this year after Algona and Humboldt split last year. Algona won both of the matchups 2 seasons ago. The back-to-back years, season splits in this regular season series. Algona and Humboldt. The Bulldogs trailed by 2 after 1. They led by 2 at half, led by 4 after 3, but I think maybe this game turned a little bit, Greg, when the Bulldogs had that 37-30 lead a couple minutes to go in the third. Humboldt got back within 4 to close out the third, and kind of gave them a little bit of momentum, I think, heading into the fourth, and then they just turned it on throughout the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, really amazing. Very interesting game, very unusual game, and how it swung. The first 3 quarters probably played out about like we anticipated it would. Both teams going at each other pretty good defensively. both ways, little runs, and Algona had that run you mentioned to get the 7-point lead, the biggest of the game for the Bulldogs. But from that point on, really kind of craziness, because you've got Jacob Thurm, a leading scorer for the Wildcats, who had not scored all night long, and he drains 3 3-point shots in the fourth quarter alone, along with another close-in shot and 1 out of 2 free throws. But the Wildcats, you talk about flips here, the Wildcats in that last quarter, 7 out of 9 from the field, 3 out of 5 from outside the arc. So they were shooting just about 80% from the field in the fourth quarter, when most of those seniors had not scored at all in the first 3 quarters. And the Bulldogs went just the opposite direction. Bulldogs had been going into the fourth quarter shooting 48% from the field. Typical patient on offense, getting pretty good shots. But in that last quarter, 17%. 2 made field goals was it, and both of them by Colin Blake. One a somewhat meaningless 3-pointer shortly before the horn. And even at the line, Bulldogs for the night, just 9 out of 18. 4 out of 9 in the last quarter. So while Humboldt got hot, Algona went exactly the opposite direction and could not get anything to fall. But certainly give credit to Humboldt tonight. The young sophomores, really. Caden Madsen mainly, for the first 3 quarters of the game, played superbly. Hitting 3-point shots and getting the basket, hitting free throws. Kunas, the 6'6" sophomore inside, had some big offensive boards and putbacks, and they kept Humboldt in it until Jacob Thurm kind of went off there in the fourth quarter, and Algona just went stone cold. And in a hotly contested ball game like this, you know, if one team or the other just goes cold or hot, that's probably going to make the difference. In this case, both happened in the fourth quarter. Humboldt got hot, Algona got cold, and as a result, Humboldt able to come back and get this big win, 9 points on Algona's home floor.
A tough fourth quarter certainly for the Bulldogs, outscored 23-10 in that fourth, and you take away maybe a couple of points, garbage time points. It was even worse than that in that fourth quarter. A tough one for Algona, who falls to 9-3 on the year, now 5-2 in conference play. Humboldt is at 8-5, and they get back to 500 at 4-4 in conference play. Up next for Humboldt, they take on Hampton Dumont on Tuesday at home. Algona, they play on Tuesday here at home against St. Edmund, and then they play on Thursday at Clarion Goldfield. Dallas will have both of those games on Hometown Radio KLGA, Tuesday against St. Edmund and Thursday at Clarion. And then on Friday, they travel to Iowa Falls Alton. Especially those final 2, Clarion and Iowa Falls Alton, will be big games for this Algona Bulldog basketball team. But they hope to get back on the winning side of things again on Tuesday at home against St. Edmund. Again, the final score, the Algona boys fall to Humboldt. Final score, 57-48. A furious fourth quarter rally seals the win for Humboldt. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Greg Stewart. Thanks as well to Mike Vandy back on our Hometown Radio studios. Thanks for all involved in the Algona video stream as well on YouTube. This is Mark Randy signing off from Algona High School. We have more sports coverage for you coming up tomorrow. Coach's Corner from the Chrome Country Inn at 9:05 tomorrow morning on KLGA. Also at 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow on KLGZ Home Country Radio. Ryan Wilson has the NCC Wrestling Tournament of that coverage for you all day long on Home Country Radio, live from Iowa Falls Alton. Again, Brian Wilson tomorrow morning, beginning at 10 o'clock on KLGZ. But that will do it here for us from Algona High School. Thanks so much for listening, and thanks to all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Again, Humboldt wins 57-48. Join us next week for more basketball, but for now, for listening here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.